Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. A statewide celebration of Vermont farms and foods gets underway this week. It's a chance to get a behind-the-scenes look into our vibrant working agricultural landscape and the people who make it happen. The 2021 Open Farm Week kicks off this coming Sunday and runs through August 15th. Events are happening all across the state, and it's a great time to get out and explore. So to learn more, I am joined by two guests. Tara Pereira is the Executive Director of Vermont Fresh Network, and Lisa Chase is the Natural Resources Specialist with UVM Extension. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you.
And Tara, for those who might not know, tell us what Open Farm Week is.
Well, as you said, it is a celebration of farm life in Vermont. People across the state can get a behind the scenes look at a farm tours, that sort of thing. But it's really about, exploring our agriculture in the state and having an authentic agritourism experience. It's really a chance to kind of meet your farmer, build relationships with your farmer, meet the people who bring you your food and who grow your food, I should say.
Yeah.
And also, this year we have over 90 events across the state, so it's pretty wide-ranging.
It's really extensive, so it's a wonderful opportunity if you like fresh local food. So tell us a little bit more about how it works.
Yeah, sure, of course. So every farm is so unique and varied of experience that you can start the week going to a herding demonstration, go on to a farm tour or feed the pigs at another farm, and then end the week learning about the indigenous crops of the Abenaki. So, and also between the on-farm dinners and concerts, there's really a lot to discover and explore. And, you get outside and just see what Vermont's all about. Our agriculture and farms.
So there are these range of events. There are dinners and there's music. Some of them actually you need to RSVP and some you just go. So people really, it's great to go to the website to see this incredible range. And some are just on one day and some are on several days, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I would recommend checking out diginvermont.com, the website before, just to see if you need to pre-register, or you can just show up. All the farms, they're on different days. Some are on one day, as you said. And but what's great about each of these events, it really reflects the unique character of each farm. And these events were created by the farmer to just show off their farm and what they do.
So great. And again, this is very statewide. A lot was going on in Brattleboro when I looked. And there's everything from how to hatch chicks offered at a farm in West Wardsboro to how to make butter, yogurt, and cheese at a farm in Randolph. So Tara, who pulls all of this together?
Well, it's actually a group of local Vermont organizations, NOFA Vermont, UVM Extension, the Farm to Plate Network, the Farm-Based Education Network, Vermont Fresh Network, Vermont Agency of Agriculture, Food and Markets, Vermont Department of Tourism, City Market, Dig in Vermont, and as I said, I'm with Vermont Fresh Network. So it's a lot of us working together to pull this off.
It's really wonderful, and I guess in its 7th year. And I want to turn to Lisa Chase of UVM Extension. Tell us about your role and what you do for Open Farm Week.
Well, as Tara mentioned, Open Farm Week is an excellent collaboration of several different organizations, and each organization takes on a different role. So here at UVM Extension, our main role is to provide technical assistance for the farms. We work with the Farm-Based Education Network and others to do that, and we address questions, everything from event design to safety, liability, marketing, and other issues. UVM Extension also takes the lead on the evaluation of Open Farm Week, checking in with farmers and sometimes visitors as well to find out what worked well and what could be improved for next year.
So what's important for people why is it important for people to get out and visit farms?
That's a great question. And visiting farms, agritourism, benefits both the farmers and the visitors. The farms benefit by diversifying their income sources and generating additional revenue if they choose to charge or sell products direct to consumers. Also, many farms open to visitors find tremendous satisfaction in sharing their experiences and their stories, their cultural heritage, in educating visitors. For the visitors, and I should clarify, some may be neighbors, but some may have traveled long distances. They have an opportunity to learn about farming firsthand, which is something that many people today don't have access to. We're really lucky in Vermont to have so many farms that welcome visitors.
Yeah.
There's a growing body of research about the health benefits of spending time in nature, on farms, and with animals. So visiting farms and getting fresh air and fresh food, it's not only healthy for our bodies, it's also very important for our minds, our emotional well-being.
Right, and so much fun. So, Lisa, you're the natural resources specialist with Extension, and you're also the state director of Vermont Tourism Research Center. Through your work, you're involved locally, nationally, and internationally in agritourism. So what can you tell us about agritourism in Vermont?
Well, agritourism is growing throughout the world, and particularly here in Vermont. Now, during the last year, during the pandemic, certain types of agritourism were hit hard. In particular, overnight farm stays, large gatherings, the kind of things that couldn't happen during the pandemic. However, other kinds of agritourism, like pick your own, like walking on farm trails, and also direct sales of farm products, actually grew during the pandemic. And now that Vermont is lifting travel restrictions and people are beginning to move around again, we're seeing huge interest in agritourism here in Vermont and around the world as people are seeking healthy outdoor experiences in uncrowded spaces like farms.
That's terrific news. And prior to the start of the pandemic, you were involved in a collaborative research project that conducted a national online agritourism survey. And the survey included 222 farms in Vermont alone. What challenges are our agritourist, operators facing?
There are quite a few challenges, as you can imagine, to opening up your farm to visitors. All of a sudden you're moving just beyond food or fiber or fuel production, and now you're welcoming visitors, which requires a lot of skills that farmers don't necessarily have. Some of the major challenges include time management, labor, marketing, as well as concerns about liability and safety. And collectively, we're working to address these challenges. And we hope that some of the concerns about liability will be eased by the enactment of Act 31, which is a limited liability statute for agritourism that went into effect July 1. So we're helping to distribute the signs and conduct safety assessments on farms so that hopefully that will address some of the concerns about liability. One thing that was encouraging about the survey is that even with the various challenges, our research showed that a majority of Vermont farms still want to expand services, and about a third want to keep things as they are.
It's terrific. And so you're helping them with policy issues as well as other issues. Are there other ways that you help folks with these issues?
Well, the main things that we do at UVM Extension is at the farm level, we help with technical assistance. So we go out and visit farms, talk through their concerns and try to address them and bring in additional resources when needed. We also put on trainings and events, such as I'm especially excited about an international agritourism conference that we're planning for a year from now in August of 2022, when hopefully we'll all be able to travel again and we can bring the world to Vermont to really highlight what we've been doing here with agritourism.
Terrific. It's very exciting. And I want to return to Tara. When it comes to farm-based events and activities during Open Farm Week, some people might wonder, what they should wear or whether they need to bring anything special.
Well, like in Vermont, dress for the weather. I would, but I would also wear closed-toed shoes, basically, and just be prepared. You're on a farm. There's you should dress like I said for the weather. If it's going to be warm out, bring bug spray and water bottle, and but I would also say that bring a cooler, because so many of our farms are selling their vegetables and cheese and all sorts of things that, especially within the last year, there's been more farm stands. More farms are offering farm stands. So, bring a cooler with some ice in it, and you never know what you're going to pick up and bring home, from wine to vegetables to, garlic.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure that everybody knows how to get to your website so they can find out all about Open Farm Week. The 2021 Open Farm Week opens this Sunday, August 8th, and runs through Sunday, August 15th. For a detailed listing of the events taking place on farms around the state, go to diginvermont.com. That's diginvermont.com. We want to thank Tara and Lisa for joining us today. Just quickly, one favorite event, each of you. Tara.
Oh, wow, that's hard. There's a wine tasting that I think I'll be attending.
Okay. Okay, and Lisa, I'm sorry we don't have much time, but just tease us.
Being in Brattleboro, I'm looking at events in southern Vermont, like hiking with the goats at Morsebrook Farm, and lots of events at Retreat Farm in Brattleboro.
Awesome. Lisa and Tara, thank you so much. And once again, thank you for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Stay well.